Live from the Rant Radio Network, you're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis, and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat.
And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. Your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
Another hour of the most informative show you'll ever listen
I'll
to.
tell you, man, we don't get enough of this. I'll be honest with you. We here at the Rant Radio Network are proud sponsors of Michael Aguilar and Associates and Stroke Awareness. Mr. Mike actually happens to be in studio today. Hello, Mr. Mike. How are you, sir? Give us a call, 855-693-4897. If you happen to give us a call, and I will show this here on camera. Mr. Wallace, our guest in-house today from Solar City, has given us a gift certificate to Lazy Dog. And so, Alonso, it looks like you and I are going to hit Lazy Dog later.
We're going to hit Lazy Dogs if no one calls in, huh?
Give us a call, 855-693-4897, and you can win that gift certificate. Compliments of Solar City. And Mr. Wallace Gonzalez here, a direct energy consultant from Solar City. You can reach him at 626-483-5749, and I'll be giving you his information later on in the show.
Welcome, Mr. Wallace.
Yes, hello, sir. How are you, sir?
Very good.
Anyway, so every week we do a design deal where now Real Estate Rant now has a $25 gift prize from Stevens Steakhouse, located in the City of Commerce, compliments of Carlos Cruz and the Downey City Chamber of Commerce. Or you can win a $200 teeth whitening from Gardens Dental, 7218 Garfield Avenue in the City of Bell Gardens. And if you happen to call in and get this particular design, have a question for me, Alonso, or for Wallace, you can win one of those gift cards. So give us a call, 855-693-4897. And this is actually a nice place. I like that picture. Oh, dude, you're killing me. You can also email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. We don't get to the questions during the show or to the emails during the show, but we will in subsequent shows. Mr. Alonso usually takes care of that. Mr. Alonso, what did we get this week?
This week's question comes out of Rosalia from East Los Angeles, and her question reads, she goes,
was it in Spanish?
Well, I'm gonna
translate?
I'm gonna translate. I'll do the best I can in translating.
Right on.
And it's
Are you a Mexican?
she's kind of, yes, we
Or a
can.
Mexican?
Anyways, her question reads, it says, she purchased her home a year ago, and now the mortgage, she had applied for a 30-year fix, and now her mortgage has gone up. Is there any specific reason why it would go up?
Are you taking this question or am I?
Well, I wanted you to elaborate a little bit and help me out with this one,
Okay.
Alex.
Well, okay. It's a loaded question. Why would the payment go up? The only things that fluctuate on a fixed rate mortgage typically are the taxes and insurance.
And that's correct. That's one of that was my answer, actually, that I wanted to kind of elaborate more on. And sometimes what happens is that there's not sufficient impound. So throughout the year, they're always impounding your payment, and they're setting aside money towards when your tax and insurance are due. And what ends up happening is when that gets disbursed, there's not enough to pay. So for the previous year, they will do an increase on your payment so it can cover the sufficient money to pay for the shortage that there was for the current year.
Yes. As a matter of fact, there can also be a shortage now to where you overpay. So then there may be a situation where the payment will actually go down, right? Because maybe you're overpaying. The calculation, typically you're going to get an estimate, say from an insurance company. Sometimes it's going to be an overbid, so that when the actual bill comes in, the amount that they pay is less. So now you have a surplus in your impound account.
And not only that, sometimes they're assessing the taxes based on the previous owner. And mind you, that the owner probably had the house way back when it was first built. And now, when you
the
purchase,
1920s?
Yeah. So when you purchase a house now
East LA,
it's
right?
now it's reassessed, and of course your tax bracket is going to go up when it does get reassessed, and that's another reason why her payment might have gone up. They were still calculating the payments from the previous taxes from the previous owner, so that could be another reason also.
That typical situations when it comes to that, and then there's also tax increases. So every year the county's taxes, and I'm not sure what the increase is exactly, but the county does increase the taxes, and that is assessed at the end of the year I believe tax bills come out in December and then again in April for different installments.
And not to mention that you're mentioning that also when they're doing improvement within your area, then homeowners are the ones that are picking up the tab also because of the improvements that are being done in throughout the city. That could be another reason also.
Yeah, there was actually now that I think about it, there was a situation out in Menifee where the impound account did not include the Melrose taxes, and the individual got a foreclosure notice after 6 months of non-payment because the bank wasn't paying it. They were looking at it as a responsibility of the homeowner, and so what ended up happening was he had to pay like $3,000 or $4,000 in Melrose taxes, mainly because it was back taxes, and that was something that I think the homeowner and or the lender didn't think about to put on their impound account. Not only that, but I don't even know if it's possible to do that. I mean, have you ever heard about putting impounds on the actual payment? I mean, for Melrose?
No, I've never heard of that.
And so anyway, so this guy calls me up and he asked me about this, and I'm not a lender, but these lenders definitely need to be thinking about that stuff. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Give us a call, 855-693-4897. You can win one of those gift cards, or if you happen to get that particular design deal, we're making it multiple choice now to make it easy for the folks that are a bit shy to call. But it is one of those particular homes. And that house actually looks nice. It has that built-in 2-car garage right in the center there. And you don't see these too much in California, right? Exactly. Mr. Pantalones antics again. Thank you, sir, for that. We probably see these more in the San Francisco area and Northern California. I would say not too much here in Southern California.
Shut up!
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So anyway, Alonso, was there any other questions that we got?
That's the only question there was for today, Alex.
All right. So going to Mr. Wallace Gonzalez. How are you, sir?
Good, good, good. Thank you for having me.
Wallace is joining us here from Solar City, and you guys are located in the city of Riverside?
That's where our sales office is, yes.
The main office, right on. Wallace, how did you get involved in doing solar power? Get a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about myself. I was looking to move into an industry that I believe is kind of the wave of the future, and solar power or Solar City is definitely one of those companies. And so went through the hiring process, got hired, and here I am.
And I gotta say, Wallace, you're a big dude, man. You're one big guy, man. When I stand next to you, I feel like a little kid, man.
I'm gonna kind of be worried if I see Wallace on my roof. It's gonna come through.
That's why I do the sales and not the installation.
Yeah. No pun intended with the music, by the way.
Yes.
We apologize for that. Can you tell us? We talked a little bit during the interview about going green or being green.
Yes.
Can you explain that a little bit? Because I'm a layman when it comes to this stuff, so I apologize.
Right. So the going green, or talking about at least the solar power, it comes from natural resources, which one is actually the sun. And so that's where the green power, or that's where the green part of it would come in. Some people sometimes talk about, well, how do you consider your solar panels green? Well, you know what? The solar panels are what they are. It is a part of the system. But as far as your energy itself, it is produced by the sun. It's collected by the solar panels, and so that's how it works. But as far as the energy being produced, it's produced by the sun, and that's why it's considered green.
So green meaning it's kind of like never ending natural resource.
Natural resource, never ending, comes from the earth.
Wallace, I kind of got a question that just brought into my mind. What happens when the sun doesn't come out and we get a cloudy day? Is the solar power? Does that mean there's no solar power going on?
No, there is solar power going on. The way to kind of understand it a little bit, and being that at least I'm from the Hispanic background, we're all told when the cloud's out, we need to put suntan lotion on because we're going to get burned even more than a clear day.
I know I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So basically the same thing with what happens on a cloudy day. It's a system, or they use the letters PV. It's a photovoltaic is what they call it. And basically the way the solar panels collect the sun is the particles of the sun. So it's not the direct, sunbeam, so on and so forth. As long as there's light, or it's during the day, it will collect energy.
Because that will kind of worry me living in Southern California, where we have these. All of a sudden, it becomes cloudy and rainy. I'm like, so if I switch to solar, always my concern is, am I gonna be left without TV for that, rainy day or something?
The marine layer usually comes in. Yeah, the marine layer usually comes in, usually right around it, but it burns off a lot of times. So that's a little different than just having clouds. Right?
Correct.
Has the government imposed any new regulation at all about
They have
energy?
come up with a regulation. Actually, the Governor Brown in the state of California has mandated the energy provider now that by the year 2020, 33% of what they produce must be considered clean energy.
Wow. So as homeowners, I mean, how aware do we have to be of that? I mean, is that something that they're going to start ticketing people, or they're going to
It's not about ticketing people. It's about
they're going to start throwing fines out there?
it's about the company that's producing the energy.
They could just
So-
click you off. No more power for you.
Is
They
there
kind of already have a program like that, but
Were they cutting off power?
absolutely, they
You're
have the
kidding
little
me.
regulator that they put on there and say, hey, you can't go. You sign for it, right? And they tell you you're getting a discount.
That's like
But
big. That's like
basically-
Big Brother, man. What's up with
Yeah,
that?
if you get to tier 3 or tier 4, they shut your energy off.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
What is dirty energy?
Dirty energy. I'll give you a couple examples. Here in the last couple of years, you had a spill in the Mississippi River, right? Which was
we're
crude oil.
coming up on a break. Excuse me. We have about a minute, so I did want to get to that question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. You also had the New Mexico waste that happened, right, which was a radiation leak. That's dirty energy. You just had the water in West Virginia that was contaminated. That is dirty energy. So energy that's being produced by oils and gases
Well,
is what's considered dirty energy.
you're mentioning like these are things that happen
These are things that have happened in the last couple years.
by using a certain type of energy builder, right?
Correct.
And then something happened there where it leaked some kind of contaminant or some kind of pollution that came out of
Absolutely.
that particular way of getting that kind of energy.
Correct. So those are just parts of how to produce that type of energy.
Hold that thought. We're coming up on a break. Don't touch that mouse. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more real estate rant.
Are you watching the game at home? Why? Come watch it at Mambo Grill, the hottest spot in Downey. You'll have good food, drinks, and a great time at a low price. We have the coldest beer in our sports bar, where you can enjoy the game on any of our huge flat screen TVs. And when your home team wins, you get 25% off anything in Mambo Grill. We're on Downey Avenue, 1 block north of Firestone, or visit us on the web. Mambo Grill, love at first bite.
Do we have your attention? When it comes to tequila, two things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number One Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior tequila. There's only number one. There's only number one. There's only number one.
Been in an accident? Then you need your vehicle professionally repaired. That's exactly what you get when you bring your vehicle to Greg's Auto Body Repair. Free quotes within minutes. We will provide everything you need for a hassle-free auto body repair, from an accurate estimate to working with your insurance company. We will get your vehicle to its pre-accident condition as soon as possible. Greg's Auto Body has been serving Los Angeles County and local cities since 1970. Call us at 562-789-1300.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home, at AJR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.hrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos español. Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker
I'm very talented, or man of many talents,
and
co-host.
good looking, I might add,
Oh, thanks, Alex. Thanks for the compliment. I needed that.
Mr. Alonso Rodriguez, my broker, most talented co-host, I might say. You know, he's this gentleman. You know, I learned a lot from him when it comes to broadcasting, and so
Oh, now you're making me blush, Alex.
am I? Okay?
I would love to taste you.
Thanks for showing up today. I appreciate that.
Did we have our game moment today, Alex? Is that what it was?
No, just
I would love to taste you.
well, Mr. Pantalones, I think would see it that way, but no, my friend, just a friendly hug, my friend.
All right. That's a lot
give you
better,
that.
Alex.
In house today, we have Mr. Wallace Gonzalez from Solar City. He's representing his company and solar power, right? And we're starting to learn some things about going green, about how other energy sources invite pollutions now to the environment. And Mr. Wallace here, for lack of a better word, you know, after talking with you, it's somewhat of a philanthropy push. I mean, it doesn't take much to do or to get what you're offering to the consumer, where most of these things cost a lot of money.
Right.
I mean, how would you purport that? I mean, how would you say that?
I would, the biggest thing is there is a lot of, since the mandate has come out, there is a lot of different solar companies out there. And they're all marketing their product and what they do the way they do it. The only thing is there isn't really another product on the market that's a zero cost to the homeowner, and that does not tie up your title, does not tie up your taxes, so on and so forth. And so that is one of the advantages that Solar City has in the marketplace.
Wallace, let me hold you there for a minute. When you say free, now, how is it free, or what's the catch? There has to be something. How are you guys getting your money?
Yeah, you know, everybody that I talk to say, "Hey, Wallace is gonna be on the show." with Solar City.
Because that's a big red light. When something's free, it's usually not free. You have to be paying it somehow. What is how in what way are you paying it? How is the homeowner paying it?
The homeowner is basically buying the energy at a bulk rate, and that's what they're paying for, is the energy that they use.
So you're becoming now the provider of the energy source.
Correct.
And is there a contract for that, or there's a certain amount of time they have to because I know, like in the alarm industry, you get a free alarm, but you're obligated to have 3 years to pay off the system of the monitoring fee. So is that something how Solar City makes their money back as being a provider? Or
we're a provider, and basically what the agreement would be is a 20-year purchase. You'll be purchasing the power for the next 20 years from Solar City. So that's the agreement that you go under.
Oh, I see. So in other words, the equipment that you're putting on, does it belong to the homeowner now?
No, it belongs to Solar City.
I see. So
And-
so what if they sell the property?
If they sell their property, there's a few different options. The one that I just tell everybody is the most convenient, is basically like you would do with your current energy provider. You sign off, the new homeowner signs on
transfer it.
You transfer it over.
Oh, okay, transfers over. So they're signing a new contract with a new buyer.
Well, basically what will happen is to give you a number. It's a 20-year agreement. Let's say the current homeowner lives there for 5 years. The new homeowner would be signing on for the next 15 years.
I see, for the remainder.
Correct.
Okay, right on.
So that kind of becomes like a lien on the property now, because now if the homeowner or the new homeowner suppose doesn't want the panels, he thinks maybe for some reason they're ugly and he doesn't want them. So now that arises a problem. Or how will we solve that problem? Or would you guys take back the panels and install them in the new home, or is there something like that you guys can do?
There is an option to be able to do that, which currently it's $500 to have them removed, and then it's $500 to have them reinstalled at your new property. The only one thing that is unique, again, about Solar City is the fact that every system is custom designed for the home that they go on. So to use that option of paying $500 to remove them, $500 to install them at your new place, it may not fit, because most people, when they buy, they're buying to upsize or upgrade their home, and so now you're looking at a whole entire system.
Well, I mean, I think most homeowners, they're looking at this as just a savings. They're looking at it in dollars and cents.
Absolutely.
You know, and they don't think about the end result. You know, at some point they may want to sell and they may want to move, and the new buyers, it could potentially be an Achilles heel for some buyer that's coming in where they don't want to, like Alonso was saying, you know, it's unsightly or there's something about it that they don't want it. So removing them is an option.
Yes.
But does that mean, because you said they're on a 20-year contract, the seller now, that's their responsibility now to install them in the next property?
No, Solar City. Well, there is an option for them to have them removed off of their current home.
Yeah, so I'm saying,
then
so
wherever
that's,
they move,
that's one situation.
Yeah,
right?
wherever they move, they would have them installed to their next home to
But
continue
what,
on.
but
that.
what if the seller doesn't want them at the new place? Then what?
You mean the buyer?
The new seller.
The
Well, the seller sold
you
the
have a
home
s-
that were installed it, where the
Yeah.
solar panels were originally installed,
Okay.
and now he's moved to his new home, but he doesn't want them in his new home. So now what
Oh,
happens
he
with the
doesn't want
contract?
them in his new home.
Yeah. So now what happens with that contract?
I think Wallace goes, you take a bat or something?
No. there is a whole another option when it comes to that. The third option is pretty much it's almost $1,000 fee, and then Solar City kind of removes.
Oh,
them
so
and-
there's
and
like an out clause.
there is an out clause, but the one biggest thing that does need to kind of be looked at is once they go on your property, those homes with solar power or energy are selling 20% faster than homes without. The other thing
so you're
is
saying it's an advantage.
it absolutely is an advantage. It also increases the value of your home. And the other thing with being in the real estate part of it is it has to be disclosed in the real estate paperwork that this is a solar powered home. With that being said,
Go figure, huh?
right, the people that are looking at the property are interested in solar energy.
So that means more paperwork. than our,
Well, I think it has to do a little bit with the advertising. You're going to put it on the MLS as a solar powered home, and it's got
Correct.
that. It's got that as a feature.
Yes.
You're going to put it on the disclosure, maybe on the TDS. So a few extra lines of text. I think that's required, and then obviously the proper disclosure would be the contract, and it's going to be a new contract with Solar City. So now you actually have to get a hold of the company to be part of this whole transaction.
Correct. That's just a phone call away. 800 number.
So what happens if Solar City disappears? Then what happens?
The contract is guaranteed, and so your agreement with Solar City is in place, intact. To see them go away with just the fact that one of our investors is Google at $385 million.
Oh wow!
That kind of says a lot for that company. to
that
just
means
kinda
they're
go
not
away.
going away too soon.
Can you tell Wallace? I'm just trying to give you a hard time.
Oh
here
no, that's great.
Because you know how many people, it's funny. I told, I don't know, maybe 25 people, different people at different times. Hey, I'm having Wallace Gonzalez on the show today. Give us a call
Right.
or listen to the show, and what you do. And they started asking me, well, what is it? And, I started telling them about what we talked about, and almost every single person said, "What's the catch?"
Yes.
So I'm trying to find that. Okay. So I was actually with an associate at a Toastmasters meeting earlier today, and a title guy comes up and tells me, "Hey, you know what? I've been having a lot of problems with solar companies because they're putting liens on these properties and we can't get them off, and all of these other clouds that they put on title."
Yes.
Right. And so we started talking about that before the show. And what was your response?
That's how that's how those other companies do it. They're attaching it to your taxes, or they're attaching it to your titles, and those are lease or purchase programs.
Okay,
Our program is.
what about Solar
is-
City? Uh-huh.
Solar City is a zero program. Basically, the way you want to look at your home, or you want to look at Solar City is making your home an energy producing unit. That's what they're doing. And they're basically selling you the energy at a bulk rate or a cheaper rate.
That's interesting. Let's back up a little, Wallace. What's a dust bowl?
A dust bowl. The dust bowl is really kind of Central California, a little bit of Northern California with what's been going on. And part of it is it's not just the dust bowl that's up there. What has happened is they've kind of restricted some of the water usage for some of the farmers so on and so forth. And that's been a whole governmental battle.
So we're talking about an area.
We're talking about an area up in central Northern California.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Oh, so the area is considered the Dust Bowl.
If you ever take that drive up the 5, or even the one going up north anywhere around San Luis Obispo area, right in there, Fresno, you'll see these Dust Bowl signs up all over the place. And what has happened is part of it due to the drought, part of it due to the way the energy's been used. They've mandated a lot of cutbacks on how much water they're able to use out there. And so the farmers have been in, I don't want to say handcuffs, but they've been tied a little bit as far as how to be able to keep their product and whatever it is that they're producing to be able to get enough water. And that's where the dust has coming from.
Right on. Back when I was reviewing appraisals, there was on occasion I would get a property or I would get a file that comes across my desk, and it would be a property that's not on the grid. And when I say not on the grid, it's not connected to regular electricity. Usually they have windmills or they're on a generator or something like that. And the lenders would not allow financing on those properties. What is Solar City's position on properties that aren't on the grid?
Solar City or with a system put on your property, you will still be part of the grid. So you're not totally off the grid at this point. What happens is they build every unit to about 85% of your usage, and so that additional 15% based on your history is why you're still part of the grid. So that's kind of how it works. You're not coming off of the grid. In the near future, there may be an option for you to come off the grid, but that's something that is in the works. So it's not a product that's out.
Yeah. So actually, the question was kind of leading up to now. So then, who qualifies? It's just anybody that's on the grid. I mean, is that how you look at it?
For the most part, yes. Anybody the qualifications or a couple of them are going to be one. It does take our site surveyor to come out to your home and ensure that your structure can handle the system, right? So they do it takes about 2 hours to do a site survey. They come in, they last between 15 minutes to 20 minutes in your attic and make sure that there's no termite damage, so on and so forth.
We're coming up on a break, sir.
You got it.
I do apologize.
Don't touch that mouse.
Let's
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Real Estate Rant.
Add some crazy flavor to your vape pen. You're looking for something new and exciting in liquid vapor? Go to Crazy Cloud's e-juice. Find them at burstoflavor.com and try any of the new 12 flavors they have available. Blueberry, mint, raspberry, chocolate, gummy bear, hemp, watermelon, cola, orange, pina colada, coconut, or Red Bully. Call us today at 855-WE-BURST or visit us at burstoflavor.com and order yours today.
The Share Foundation is the health division of the Coy Chiropractic Institute, a 501c3 509A2 public nonprofit organization dedicated to the growth and development of the natural healthcare services, in particular through the chiropractic profession, offering health services at the Share clinics in the greater Los Angeles area. Your donations can help in expanding these facilities across the nation, research programs, and public education, thus offering a solution to the many of the health challenges we face. Your donations are tax deductible and can be sent through our website at www.sharefoundation.com. That's www.cherfoundation.com by clicking on the donation button. Thank you.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmart, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what will make it better? After we get drunk, if they had a line we can call.
We can call their drunk line. You can leave a message and then log on to the site and listen to your stupidity afterwards.
What's that number?
It's 855-MICHE-69.
What's that number again?
855-MICHE-69.
Awesome. Mucho macho michelada.
What's up, guys? Sports Guru
and Bud Knocker
from the Sportscast, Wednesdays, 12 to 2 Pacific on Rant Radio Network.
We got everything you need to know about sports. We got all the latest video highlights. We got You Got Knocked the Fuck Out. We got Bonehead of the Week. We're talking sports, drinking beer, and having a good time.
If you missed the show, go to rantradionetwork.com and listen on demand. So check us out every Wednesday, 12 to 2 on Rant Radio Network.
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Alex, and to my left here, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez, my host and my co-host and broker. And joining us in-house today, Mr. Wallace Gonzalez from Solar City, Direct Energy Consultant. You can reach Wallace at 626-483-5749. I'll say that again, 626-483-5749. Or you can email Wallace at wgonzalez, and that's with a Z, not the number 2, at solarcity.com. The design.
What the hell is wrong with you?
We have a gift here from Solar City, and Mr. Wallace, he has brought in a $25 gift card to Lazy Dog, and actually I've never eaten there, but there's one in Brea too. My wife told me that it's great. She loves Lazy Dog. So if you happen to call in 855-693-4897, you can win that gift card right there, and that's compliments of Solar City.
I really hope nobody calls in today, Alex. I want to try that new restaurant.
I'll tell you, Alonso, dinner's looking pretty good right now. Nobody's called in yet, right? So give us a call, 855-693-4897. You can win that gift card. Or if you happen to get the design deal, Mr. Pantalones, if you would be so kind, if you happen to get this particular design, you can win a $25 gift card to Stevens Steakhouse or a $200 teeth whitening from Gardens Dental. And it is a multiple choice answer, so feel free to call in. You have a one-third chance of winning that particular prize. We were talking during the break a little bit about the topic of the show today, which is solar power, dirty energy, government regulations, and what have you. And you were mentioning, and I was talking about how I had been talking about a bunch of different people today, past couple days, about having Solar City on the show. And the number one question that came up was, what's the catch, right? And so you're saying there isn't a catch.
There isn't a catch.
But you're a salesman, man. I mean, come on, we're realtors
right,
here.
Right.
You're dealing with the big dogs right now. You know
I always just kind of say, hey, give Solar City a chance. Let us do a site survey. All the paperwork will come back that'll show you what size system you need, how much money you're going to save, and you could read everything in there. That'll tell you there is no.
Yeah, but put our minds at ease, though, Wallace. I mean, what are the answers as a consumer that, let's say that I'm a consumer looking at the solar panels. What do I want to hear that is going to put my mind at ease that there is no catch?
It is. That's what it is.
Well, because you've convinced yourself, in other words, you have the upfront knowledge. Assuming you've done some training, you've gone through. You've probably even seen the product get built. And you've been out to properties when they're installing it and that kind of thing. You've convinced yourself, okay? But what I'm trying to get out of you now is convince me.
Yes.
Because again, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, because every single time I talk to somebody, they say, what's the catch?
And I know some companies, like I had mentioned earlier on the show, is that they had a requirement that your bill had to be a certain amount. Now, I asked you this on our commercial break, and you said that everybody can qualify. You don't need to go over a certain amount on your bill.
Right. Basically, what you're looking at as far as qualifying, you're going to make the final decision as far as homeowners. In my personal dealings, the bill that has been the lowest is about a $78 a month bill, and I've been able to help that same homeowner save money on $78 a month.
'Cause
Now, I haven't done anything lower than that.
What did it come out to?
I want to say they're going to be averaging about $41 at this point.
So
a
about,
month.
about half.
Their particular situation is about half. Yes.
Because and I know one of the like I told you previously that right now my brother is in the process of interviewing people to install solars in his house, and one of the questions was that or one of the sales taxes was, well, your light is gonna increase, by when Edison, in 5 years you're gonna be paying $300 bill on your bill, and I'm like looking at the bills from previous, we dug out previous bills, and it doesn't increase of 5% or a 10%, which they were quoting us at. So I'm kind of thinking, wait a minute, now they're going through how to say it, sales tactics, because I thought I tended to find that out that wasn't true. So I mean, that's what's kind of a little skeptical about.
So you're saying that it's possibly the company that's selling the solar power that's raising the rate, and not Edison.
Exactly. That, I guess it's one of their selling tactics. And like you were saying to him, is it just a selling tactic or what is it?
Oh, okay.
I mean, convince me.
Well, I was playing devil's advocate. I mean,
but what you're here's the thing: July 1st, Edison's rates are going up 10%. They did go up last October, 17.6%.
Oh,
So
right.
in the
Well, you
past
mentioned
year
that
alone,
that was like a little thing where they did it where it's tiered, right? Where they did it.
they have the 4 tiers, correct?
Okay.
So tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4.
So that is something that is really going on, because
Absolutely.
I thought, to me, I was like, I mean, we actually dug up past bills and we're like, wait a minute, it hasn't increased no 5%, maybe increased in a couple $20-$30, but not like they were saying it would increase, a large sum, greater than that.
Well, what you were looking at is your total amount paid. What you want to look at is take a look at your tiers, and it tells you what you're paying per tier. If you look at that tier price, that is what is increased. So I want to say it was probably like 12 cents. It's moved up to 15 cents, and it's going to move up again one more time.
And we have a phone call. Let's check it out. Yes, hello. Welcome to Real Estate Rant. How can we help you?
Hello.
Yes. This is Alex. Who's this?
Yeah, I was calling regarding your solar.
Oh, the solar power. Is this a question for Wallace?
Hello.
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
Is this a question for Wallace?
Yes, so regarding the solar.
Go ahead and ask your question.
How come they don't have the option to purchase the system instead of a lease?
Well, ours is not. Well, with me, the direct energy consultant, I don't have a lease or a purchase. Solar City does have an option to purchase if you would like to do so.
But you guys won't finance the amount you would have to pay it out all cash.
Right. We do not finance the system itself.
Is there somebody out there that will finance it? Do you think?
There's another company. Well, I'm not sure. I know there is other companies that have ways of purchasing them.
Uncle Joe.
Now,
what are we talking about, Wallace? What would it cost to purchase something like that?
You're looking at somewhere between $25,000 to $45,000 to put it on your
goodness.
roof. Absolutely,
that's what it costs to put on.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I'm
sorry, caller. What was your name?
I've been getting some quotes, and they're roughly about $26,000-$30,000 for a system.
Right.
But nobody has the option to buy it, to finance the whole equipment.
So my question to you would be, if there's a company like Solar City who's willing to do this at no cost, why would you not want to go with that option?
Because I'd rather purchase it, and then it's mine at the end of the term. And after 20 years, you guys want me to redo the contract with you guys.
Yeah, there is a couple options at the end of 20 years. You can just continue with that contract for another 5 years or 10 years, so on and so forth. You do understand that the product is only guaranteed for 25 years. So if you do purchase it, yes, you will own it at the end of 20 years. What happens when the guarantee is over because you've purchased it?
Well, I know that the solar systems are good for roughly 30, 35 years, and you know, when time flies, the technology is getting so advanced that it's not going to be as expensive as it is right now.
Right. Yeah. You know, in understanding that solar power, solar energy, or solar panels really haven't changed in the last 40 years. The only thing they've done is kind of gotten just a little thinner. But as far as the technology itself with solar power, it really hasn't changed. So just looking into the future, it's not going to change a whole lot because it's the system is designed to do what it does.
And also, I believe we got to get extra insurance for your roof because there's been reports that they heat up and they've been known to cause fires.
That's a possibility with some of those other companies out there. I do know this, that with Solar City, they 100% guarantee the surface of the roof where they put them and install them. The brackets and everything else is a design system for Solar City. Nobody else has the zip system like we do, and the solar panels are taken care of. And so anything that were to, whether it's a leak or something about the roof in the area where the solar panels are placed, that is 100% guaranteed and fully insured by Solar City.
So that means you guys come out, if there's a problem, you guys come out and fix it. But the other thing that I would like to see, and you probably know about this, is a certificate saying that, because the lenders, anytime you have a transfer on the property and there's a lender involved, they're going to want some kind of certification that there isn't a health and safety issue.
And not only that, before I lose my train of thought, is especially when you're dealing with, how do you guys do it when you're dealing with Spanish tile roofs, where they're very delicate to walk on, and they're not your ordinary roof where you can screw something on. It's actually a clay tile. And if you're getting some of the installers that don't know how to walk on those roofs, then you're going to have damage to that roof.
Yes,
so
yes.
How do you guys go about assessing that? Or is, like you said, I know that someone go out there and will assess the property first, but have you guys ever done work on tile roof?
Absolutely, but we did talk about there is a couple ways that you would not qualify for the program. One is a metal roof, one is a clay roof, and one is the pitch of your roof. So most of the homes that do have what does appear to be clay is actually cement now, but it does have the same look. But the one thing about Solar City is all of our employees, from the sales reps to the installers and so on and so forth, are all Solar City trained and are Solar City employees. And so we do not, kind of hand the work off to a third party. And so it is guaranteed by Solar City.
Sorry to interrupt. Caller, thanks for calling in to Real Estate Rant.
Okay, thanks.
Alrighty, thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Real Estate Rant.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra-modern, ultra-clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
ProTech Carpet Tile and Care provides professional cleaning services for carpet, tile, grout, upholstery, and fine area rugs.
ProTech technicians are professionally trained and certified cleaning and restoration experts.
We specialize in restoring damage caused by heavy soil and odor.
We can remove challenging spots such as coffee, tea, ink, gum, wine, and many more.
We have saved our customers thousands of dollars on new flooring and furniture expenses with our advanced cleaning processes.
Call for a free estimate at 562-447-4300 and visit us on our website, www.myprotectsite.com.
Hey, this is Joe Perez, owner at Protect. Just reminding you that Protect Carpet and Tile Care is your professional choice.
What's wrong?
I can't stop craving a cigarette. I just quit. Hey, what are you smoking on?
Oh, this? Best e-juice on the planet. Burst of flavor, of course.
What's that?
Only the best alternative to smoking with a great flavor. It has a burst of flavor in every puff.
Well, does it have nicotine?
It comes in different levels, including 0. They have 20 flavors and more coming. All the products are made in the U.S. Check them out at www.burstoflavor.com or call them at 855-WE-BURST.
Hey, let's burst together.
It's not just flavor, it's an experience. Cigarettes, you've met your match.
Looking for some swag? Make sure to check out monsterclothing.com. They got everything from V-necks, t-shirts, hoodies, baby dolls. And remember, custom orders are always welcome and much more. They're just not on the site yet. www.monsterclothingco.com or call them at 888-49-MONSTER. 888-49-MONSTER. Hablamos español. Doo-doo-doo!
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis,
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Alex, and to my left here, Mr. Alonso. And actually, Alonso, you're right in the middle of saying something. Continue, please.
Oh, well, we were just mentioning about the site surveyor is the number one thing you have to be done before you're getting a quote is, make sure they can do it. I mean, let your representative, whoever is going out there, let them know that you have a tiled roof, and if it's a high pitch or the requirements that, like Wallace had told us, that it might not meet the requirements for them to even get installed panels.
Yeah, but what you were saying was that they're giving you guys quotes without even looking at the property.
Exactly.
So now when they get out there, what you're saying is that there's a possibility that you can't even get the solar panels.
Exactly.
And why was that again, Wallace?
Well,
and talking during the break.
Yeah, and the one thing with Solar City is, if you have a metal type roof, we cannot do that. If you have a clay roof, we cannot do that. If your pitch is over a certain degree where it's considered unsafe, as far as for something to go on top of it, as heavy as our solar panels would be, they're not going to install them on that home. So those are some things that would disqualify you from being able to, be qualified for the program.
Okay. Now, I've seen different solar type energy. I've seen it for like hot water now for the inside of the house. I've seen it for heating pools. What we're talking about here is solar power, right?
The solar power.
So in terms of the energy.
Yes.
Okay. So does Solar City include some of those other things, or is that a different arena altogether?
No, that's a different arena altogether. What you're looking at is kind of like, I even saw a hiking backpack that you can you put this little solar panel on the back of your backpack as a hiker, and you're charging your phone as you're hiking. So those are smaller systems designed to heat exactly what it is. It's not working against your energy or helping you save on your energy. It's working to heat the water. So that's basically what it is. So
I apologize, Mr. Pantalones has got me riled up here.
Well, let's talk about some of the benefits of having a solar system. I mean, we've kind of drilled a little bit here our guest Wallace, but we never talked about any
the
benefits.
The pressure's on, right? So okay, so homeowner, why would a homeowner get solar panels on their house?
The biggest thing is the environment, and so really it is about changing the world, changing how energy is being put into your home, and so it is the going green part of it.
And that's one of the on my research here, number 4. It says harnessing solar energy does generally not cause pollution. So that's about going green. And I guess now with the year and age that we're in now, everybody wants to go green,
Well, I mean, what I'm hearing though about, and this is the plus side of it all, is that most people aren't going to look at it that way. we get the warm fuzzies about going green. Okay, that's all
Yes.
fine and dandy. But once you say dollars and cents, that's where it counts. When you talk about the pocketbook, and that's what's gonna.
Well, that's what we're talking about. Green. We want to keep our green, the greenbacks, huh? We want to keep the green.
But ultimately, at the end of the day, what we're really talking about is dollars and cents to the consumer. If they're saving 50% or more on their electric bill, I'm surprised there's not a sucking sound right now coming into the station. I mean, especially for the lazy dog certificate, right? But you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
I've drilled you on this. I don't know. This is like the fourth time
No,
already.
that's
okay?
good. It makes me better.
I cannot think of something. And Alonso, help me out here, dude. I'm trying to. What's the catch? I mean, why isn't it that most people are not just running? Why aren't you just? You should be so busy. You shouldn't even have time to do the show right now.
I agree, and that's part of the reason why I've come on the show is because it's going to reach out to a little bit of a bigger audience, and they're going to be able to listen to the objections that they have.
All right, Alonso, he's right here, dude. Drill him. Let's get him, man. We could take him down. We could take him down, me and you, right? Although he's a big dude, though. I don't know.
I'll get him from the bottom of the legs, and then you push him down, Alex.
Right on. So how is the energy metered?
What you will have is, if whoever's listening, if you know where your electrical box is now or electrical panel, you'll see the meter that is on your home. What you'll see once Solar City installs, you'll see another box just to the left or the right of your what you have as far as your panel now. That's called an inverter or converter, and that's where it would be metered. So what's happening is Solar City is only going to charge you for the energy that you're using, and so that's what's going to be able to. That's how they read it. That's what measures what you're using.
Because my understanding is not 100%. You're not pulling your energy 100% of that energy. You're still going to require to use some part of Edison or another service provider for energy.
That's
like
correct.
Such at nighttime or what other situation you might use still the Edison when you do have the solar panels?
Well, with Solar City, what happens is the system is designed to cover about 85% of what your history has been for usage. So just take that other 15% that the system isn't built to cover. That's what you would be taking care of with Edison. So for instance, you had, two big parties that you normally don't have. And so the pool and the pump and the air conditioning and things were just kind of going crazy that would go over that 85% mark. Then that other little clip there of that usage is what you would be paying to Edison. The one thing that by having Solar City, it's going to keep you out of the tier 3 and the tier 4 pricing. That's the one thing that happens.
Now, how effective are those solar panels? Because I know when I have a party and I put the DJ up full blast, I get my circuits, bouncing. How effective would one of those solar panel systems work?
Mr. DJ Slim.
Yes. Well, really what it is, it's not a matter. It's the system is going to be creating energy through the sun or solar energy. The way you use your energy is the way you do it now. It's your plug's still your plug. Your light switch is still your light switch. That part of it does not change. So your energy or what you use as far as energy is still going to be the way you do it now.
So now with the new technology, it's not like telepathy, huh? Like I can't use telepathy to turn my lights on and off.
No.
I was hoping for that, or even side to side transport.
But you could use your iPhone.
We got some pictures up there. Thank you, Mr. Pantalones, for taking care of that for us. Is this something? Is this similar to what Solar City does?
That is very similar to what Solar City does. I'm looking at it, and because I see that black edging in the front, it almost looks like a Solar City home. The only thing is that the panels, because I can't really tell if they're black or not by the picture. But if it was a black on black system with the facing on it, and the fact that it's so tight to the roof, that is what a Solar City home would look like.
Have you seen the building when you're driving on the 5 freeway right there by Disneyland? I've always seen that building. It's about Wait, is that the building that's across from on the 5? No. There's a building right there at the 5. It looks like a greenish tint, but I always thought that building is a solar powered building. Are you familiar with that building?
I have not seen it, but it is possible that it does have solar on top.
Now, how long has solar powered electricity been around for? It's been around for.
Oh, it's been around right around 50 years or so, maybe a little longer.
Yeah, because I wish I had a picture of our rental property we have in Montebello, and when we purchased those, I'm talking about back in the early '80s. It came with the solar system, believe it or not.
Did it really?
And the solar panels are still out there. I probably can sell them to Solar City for to put them in the museum or something.
Hey,
but they're still on there.
I have a question though. Is it solar water heat or is it solar energy?
I don't know.
It's probably solar water. The water heater.
They were not even functioning when we bought them. I want to say, and they've just been there as decoration. Everybody tells us when they walk by.
And they don't look like this. The ones that I've seen, they look like a half circle with a tube down the middle. Have you seen those?
I have not. No.
Yeah, and so I back in the day when I used to do appraisals, I used to go out mainly out in Riverside, even San Bernardino, and you would see a lot of these systems, but they were solar water heat. It wasn't energy. But what you're talking about is solar panels for solar energy.
Correct.
Couple questions. We are coming up on the end of the show. How long do they last, and then what kind of maintenance goes along with these?
What you're looking at with our product or the solar panels that we have, they're guaranteed to last between 25 and 30 years. The company does guarantee them for as long as you are purchasing power from the company.
So you're saying guaranteed, meaning that if something goes wrong, you guys come out, fix it?
Anything whatsoever. The one unique thing about Solar City as well is your system is being monitored 24 hours, 7 days a week. And so we are what we consider a proactive company. When they're monitoring your system, if it's not meeting the levels that they said it was built to meet, they're going to give you a call and say, hey, Mr. Homeowner, I need to make an appointment to come and take a look at your system. You as the homeowner may just say, well, there's nothing wrong with my system. But because they do monitor it, they will do the check. They will come out, take a look at it. If there's whatever it is, if there's a wire, a panel that needs to be replaced, they will make sure or guarantee that is running at the capacity that they built it to run at.
And that's free of charge, I'm assuming, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Wow. So it now brings up a question, Mr. Wallace, and you don't have to answer this if you don't want to because it's a loaded question. How does the company make money if you guys don't charge anything? And there's never, you guys even come out and do maintenance. You guys probably even come out and mow the lawn too, right? I mean that's what I'm saying. What's the catch? I mean,
yeah, it's here's the thing: is everybody knows how the economy works and buying product. And I'm gonna say if our price to the consumer is 15 cents a kilowatt, I'm gonna take a guess and just say maybe we're buying it for 12 cents.
Oh, okay. So it's in the savings in the energy.
Selling the energy is where they're making their money.
What we're doing.
I see. And then you're using the solar panels to do that, and the consumer is really the mediator of it all.
Correct.
Okay, I see.
The other thing is,
and this brings up another question. Does that have to do with deregulation? That we had someone on
for energy when Giselle was on the show.
Yeah, and I know that they had something about that because before it would only be one provider.
Correct.
For energy, and now with that deregulation, now we got several providers.
Absolutely.
Well, Mr. Wallace, we are up at the end of the show. I do thank you for joining us here on the show. I'd love to have you back on. We could talk some more. We could drill you on what the catch is for solar power.
That'll work. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for joining us here at the Real Estate Rant, and
make sure you stay tuned in for Indy 104.
Thanks for tuning in to Real Estate Rant Radio.
Make sure to join us every Wednesday at 10 a.m.
on the Rant Radio Network, where we talk about solutions to your real estate problems. The views and opinions expressed by the host or any guest on this show are encouraged to be followed up by a professional tax advisor or attorney, as we are not qualified or authorized to give advice in two areas: legal matters and tax.